Hey, what's going on? It's James Canzanella, your Affiliate Hero, and in today's video, what I'm going to be going over is how to get articles for your blog where you actually don't even have to write them. So you can pretty much consider this kind of outsourcing or handing it off to someone else, where all you have to do is check over after it's done, and of course, upload it, maybe tweak it around a little, and of course, you got to process how you're going to be giving like this template and what you need a writer to write about, and that's going to be the main part of this video. Okay, so like, what do you tell someone? How do you get your message across where they're not going to be making a ton of mistakes? Because as you can see right here, I am on iWriter. This is one of the sites I use. I've requested 33 and I've had 33 completed. Some have been phenomenal. A lot of them have been, what the hell did I just get? Like literally, as I'm going to talk about more in this video, it's kind of funny because you can literally get some of the best and some of the worst, but you can get like kind of in between. You can still get something really good and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. And that's what I want to show you how to do in this, because if you're an affiliate marketer, you're probably going to be looking to at least having a website or a blog and doing articles, or maybe you're going to be in a niche that's kind of boring, but it's lucrative or it's booming and you want to get articles written. This is going to be a way to do it where you don't have to like pull your hair out writing articles, and of course do it much quicker. So if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe. I will be doing many more videos like this when it comes to internet marketing, affiliate marketing, and all those other related topics. So I'm not going to tell you how to sign up. It's going to be pretty self-explanatory. Once you do though, you can go to order content, and I have insufficient funds. That's fine. Anyway, you would give it a title. Okay, I'm just going to call it a golfing article. I'm just, for a random niche. I like golfing, so let's talk about golfing. So what would you like? They do also have ebooks and rewrites. Rewrites is pretty cool in case you have multiple websites where you want to scale and you already have a really good article and you want someone to rewrite it. Also, rewrites are much cheaper, so that's something to keep in mind that they also have, but we're going with article. Categories, we would be looking for sports. Do you see sports? I thought I just saw it. Did I? Wait. Okay, one at a time. There we go, sports. Okay, sports. Keyword, for example, I just did a random one like how to add 10 yards to your drives. Okay, let's do add. Okay, that's the easy stuff. Okay, so now we get down to, well, before we get to the super easy stuff, there's going to be multiple levels. There's going to be standard, which is going to be the cheapest. Okay, then there's going to be premium, then there's going to be elite, then there's going to be elite plus. I've tested this out. I know I've done elite. I've talked to other people about this. They said like elite plus, like you're getting really good quality from elite, where you probably don't even need to go to the elite plus unless you really, really want it. There's going to be a ton of traffic. You can always go with like one of these and then go from there. I would rather get someone from say premium or elite and work with them for a long period of time where they can kind of, properly format how you want to get your article written, your templates, and so on and so forth. But for this, first starting off, you can go with premium. Word count, probably going to be between 700 or 1,000 unless the article calls for less, but you're looking at $11.50 for a 1,000 word article, and you're looking at someone with premium. If you were going to do standard, looking at $8.25. It's not a big jump. This might, was this go to 20? Yeah, 20.25. Okay, so let's go with premium here. Okay, so this is going to be the goods, the details, what you got to focus on, okay? So they know what the keywords are going to be all about. Now, I remember not too long ago, which inspired me to start getting some more articles written, because there were times where I had a lot of problems with just getting rubbish, and someone suggested, I don't remember the website specifically, but they said that you don't have to focus on writing like you're writing for SEO, just write casually and naturally. And I thought that was a really good tip that I'm passing on to you. Like I said, I don't remember who said that. If I did, I would tell you, but it wasn't me. And I feel that's a really good one, because a lot of times if you're writing for SEO, sometimes you're like, oh, I got to do this. And you focus on so many things that you forget to write naturally. So this is something I like putting in there now. So I put, don't write like it is for SEO. Just write casually, okay? This can make it a little easier for the writer, because like as I talked about, when you're writing for SEO, you're like, all right, how many more keywords can I put in there? How do I got to split it up? Where I got to put this keyword in this headline and so on and so forth, and the images and so on and so forth. It's just going to give them a lot less to think about, okay? Now, me personally, I like only 1 to 2 sentences per line. Okay, I like short, choppy sentences. I even do it in my emails. It just makes it so much easier to read. I'm sure you've seen it before, like if someone's written on a forum or even a website where it's just a wall of text. Like if all of this was covered with words and there was no spaces, no breaks, you'd be like, screw that, I am not reading that, because it's really hard to read. It's very easy to start reading something and get lost where you are. But when you kind of split everything up, you only do a few sentences per line, it's much easier to glide down and read, okay? Also, something else that's very important, this is going to depend on what you are looking for when it comes to if you're doing scaling, if you're doing a lot of articles, but I like saying, I'm looking for a long-term writer, and if you can create high-quality content, then I will have many more articles for you to write. Little minus sign in between. Gotta love Grammarly, right? It's pretty sweet. Anyway, free Grammarly plugin for you. Anyway, so I'm looking for a long-term writer, and if you can create high-quality content, then I'll have many more articles for you to write. This was something else I read in that same article. Someone had commented, either them or someone else was a writer on one of these websites. And what writers love the most is not only just being able to obviously write articles, that's how they get paid, but if they have a sense that they can know there will be more of guaranteed work for them in the future, they're going to be much more happy to do that because they have kind of the consistency there. And obviously it's going to be more work for them. So writing something like this can be very good because if you put yourself in the shoes of a writer, they would love that. Where if they have steady articles coming in, they don't have to worry about fighting tooth and nail for all these other articles. That can really help them out. But only use that if you're planning on actually having a long-term writer. If you write that and then you do one article and then you're done, it's not going to be very beneficial. Okay? So, one more thing. I like saying use plenty of headlines, okay? Sub-headlines, lists, and bullet points, okay? This pretty much goes with this aspect right here. I'm going to put it in here at that. That's just pretty much for the aesthetic, so to speak. When you go to a page, everything is nicely spaced out. I like, there's kind of a rule where if you can scroll all the way through a page and there's either no headline there, no image, no YouTube embed, no list or bullet points, there pretty much should be, okay? It just allows to make it, it's not just going to be a ton of text scrolling. You're going to have a lot of different things to break it up. Plus, also another tip for you, if you are blogging, looking to get some organic traffic, which you might be if you're watching this video, be sure to embed videos into the page that are actually related to it. That can actually save you a ton of writing where you can say well, instead of further going in deeper into the topic, I will put a very helpful related video down below where you can simply watch that to find out more about how to drive it 10 extra yards, okay? And then you embed a video. Plus, if someone actually watches that, that's going to increase the amount of time someone is on your page, and that's a very good thing, okay? It'll reduce your bounce rate, so to speak. So that's that, and that's pretty much when it comes to the brief project instructions. Obviously, you can add more to it. If you actually want to put a template in there, if you want to do a little bit more research where you talked about your keyword, you said, all right, this is going to be the first heading, the heading 2, and then heading 3 after that is going to be 3 different tips, and it's going to be don't swing as fast, one's going to be adjust your feet, and the other one's going to be don't, I don't know, whatever, untie your shoelace while you're swinging, okay? Something random like that, all right? So aside from that, let's go into these company information. That's really going to be up to you. A lot of these things are going to be up to you. Objective, okay? This, once again, this is going to be very easy. Inform and educate, motivate and purchase, engage and entertain. Usually it's probably going to be one of these depending on your writing style. Motivate and purchase is definitely going to be a review type or maybe a bonus page, something like that. But for what I'm looking to do, it's probably going to be inform and educate, so you could probably just keep it on that. Sourcing requirements, target audience. Let's look at this one. Once again, this is going to be up to you based upon your niche and who you're targeting and so on and so forth. If I was doing golf, this could be knowledge seekers, basic knowledge, and usually golf is much older people, not always, but say your targeted audience is going to be 40 to 60, right here. Could also be 25 to 40, and usually say you're targeting men, so that would be that. You can keep it like that. Now, this one is actually very important, okay? This is one of the things that I always fill in. So there's a couple things I'll put. So multiple grammar mistakes is one thing to avoid, okay? To this. if the article is hard to understand, or if there are multiple grammar mistakes, and lastly, if the article, speaking of mistakes, looks like it's been spun, it will be rejected. The thing I like about Grammarly is you can just like spell everything wrong and then go and fix it after. It has been spun, look like it's been spun. Grammarly, I think you need to check yourself. Looks like it has been spun. No, it's been spun. That looks right. Why are they telling me to change that? Is that on me? Let's just do it. Anyway, as we're talking about grammar mistakes, anyway, so if the article is hard to understand or if there are multiple grammar mistakes, and lastly, if the article looks like it's been spun, it will be rejected immediately. I highly recommend you put this. Like, this is a super, super, super important one because there are going to be a lot of people on here who will use like the, not premium, but say like on standard. They will find an article and they will spin the hell out of it. And that's why I said, like, if it's hard to understand, you ever read an article before and you're like, what the hell did I just read? Like, that word shouldn't be there. Like, for example, if I rewrote this is what it would look like if someone spun this. Okay. So if the article 2 is hard to much understand, or there are multiple grammar, I don't even know how to make this worse. If the article looks like it could have been spun, it will most definitely and surely probably be rejected immediately, if not in 2 more months. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and have some fun reading this. All right. So if the article 2 is hard to much understand, or if there are multiple grammar mistakes, and lastly, if the article looks like it could have been spun, I can't even read this. My goodness. It will most definitely and surely probably be rejected immediately, if not in 2 more months. It's like contradicting itself. It's going to be rejected immediately, but if not, I'll wait 2 more months and then it will be rejected immediately. In those 2 months, immediately. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you've seen articles like that. It's like the lowest of low quality. So there are a lot of people that will do that. That's why whatever I wrote there before, I'm not going to rewrite, but you get the idea. Let them know that you have a zero tolerance policy for crap, a ton of grammar mistakes. Like, I don't mind grammar mistakes here and there. Everyone makes them, but if it's just filled with them, you don't want to like spend more time editing an article than it would take to write it yourself. You know what I mean? Same thing with it being hard to understand. Like, I don't mind if there's some spots where you can polish it up. If the whole thing is like, what is this person even trying to say? Because if people actually go to Google, they pick your website on the top 10, they click on it, then you get to an article like, what the hell is going on? Your bounce rate is going to be horrible. Like, people are just going to leave. That's what happens. Like, you need to make it as easy as possible for them to read, and make sure the instructions are easy as possible. So it's not a big deal if you crack the whip, so to speak, when it comes to things to avoid. I've actually had before, and things to avoid, I might have put like this right here. Like, don't use more than like 2 sentences per line. Use short, choppy sentences just like this. Okay. I put in things to avoid, and guess what they did? They wrote like this massive college essay where there was like no spacing. They didn't use any ellipses. Like I said, there was multiple sentence, no breaks, no subheadings. I rejected it immediately. And then like they got mad because I rejected it and I didn't make them like go back and edit it. But don't be afraid to reject people on here. There are going to be, like I said, I've only done 33, which isn't a ton, but it's enough to understand some of the quality you can get and some of the quality you can't get. Even when I first like learned to start using this from someone else, they were saying there are going to be people who will try and take advantage of like just rewriting and spinning stuff. So if that comes through and you put it in things to avoid and they still don't listen to you, just reject it. Don't even bother trying to fix it. Okay. That's not someone you want to work long term with anyway. They're just looking for shortcuts and it's costing you on your quality. And of course you're spending money on it. So pretty much that's that. I think that was the last thing. Okay. Things to mention. Let's look at this. This is going to be up to you. If there's anything else that you would like to mention in the process, of course, put it in there. But these are more of the important ones. Tone of writing, everyday informal, extremely informal, journalistic, business formal. For me, it's going to be like everyday informal because it's more similar to my type of writing. It's very similar to how I talk. Like, I like laughing a ton. I love pointing out my own mistakes. I don't like the whole business like, yeah, let's shake hands and be super formal and we'll talk in this great voice where only cool people can No, I don't like that, okay? I want it to be fun. So I want someone to write like they're having fun. Like I talked about above, like just don't write like it's for SEO. Just write casually. Do your thing. You're a writer. Be good at it. Enjoy it. And pretty much, I think that's going to be it after that. So this is where once you get a good writer or so, you can actually submit it to them specifically. So what happens is after you get an article that you like, you can like favorite them or something, and that'll actually come up here where you go to yes, and you can obviously put it in. Then of course, this is very helpful. So if you want to save something as a template, so for example, you write all of this in and you're going to be writing multiple articles in the niche, you can save it as a template, then just change the keyword, and a lot of this is going to pretty much stay the same, so it's going to save you a lot of time. Then of course you place order, and then what I like doing, if someone just breaks so many of these things to avoid, or it says like they just created it and didn't even look at any of these, I'm just going to reject them. I want no part of them. That's on them. Like if you give someone to say, hey, I want you to write about someone having a happy birthday, and instead they come back and they give you an article about selling hot dogs, like you know what I mean? It's like, did you read anything? You're fired. You're gone. I'm not dealing with you. You clearly don't read or like listen to instructions. I don't even want to bother with that. So keep that in mind. I know I said that multiple times, but that's going to come up sometimes. So that's why you want to make sure you craft these to the best of your ability. And I feel like I hopefully helped you out when it comes to that. There's a lot of things to talk about, but wrapping up, that's how you can get some articles done for your blog without you actually writing them. Just got to go in, tell people what you want, polish it up, publish it, and then repeat the process. That's about it. I'm James Canzanella. I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this. If you liked it, feel free to give a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you've yet to subscribe, feel free to do that, as I'm doing many more videos, anything related to pretty much internet and affiliate marketing. And that's about it. That should be all. I'll leave a cheat sheet down below as well if you haven't checked that out, for affiliate marketers only. And that's about it. I'm James Canzanella. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.